someone from the Alamo drove by and said we should test that rock. Because we had already known that our rock was used around San Antonio in the 1800s. Fort Sam, the quadrangle, the brass housing was all done with rock from the quarry. Actually, the city said you can have the rock for free if you build your base here, those kind of things. So we were always like, we had to build the Alamo too, and let's just say it, and who would ever know? So we were kind of always just saying it. And then the Alamo called and said, hey, we can test that. I was like, oh, you can?
I don't know if I want to know.
Yeah, and like, okay, yeah, come get it. So then, the Alamo Church has that round part on the top that was added later, like in the early 1900s was added on. It wasn't originally part of the church.
Okay.
And so they thought it was that part, maybe it had come from our quarry. So they did some testing. And then, 2 weeks later, I'm like, so what did it say? They're like, no, it takes months. It's going to take a while. So they came back and said, yeah, that 99.99% that the rock from the Alamo came from that specific corner of that quarry based on that rock.
Wow.
And I was like, the little round part on the top? And they're like, no, the whole Alamo was built from that quarry. Wow. And so, yeah, we have this big pile of rock now. As they're doing the renovations on the Alamo, they now have access to the same rock with the same chemical composition, the same colors to do the repairs. So it's not going to look like, the orange limestone on top of the white.